What if your morning blood sugar problem did not begin in the morning? You wake up. You check your glucose. The number looks higher than it should. You have not eaten breakfast. You did not snack at midnight. You even had a clean, healthy dinner. But here is the part most people miss. Your gut does not start its overnight cleanup just because you fall asleep. It starts when your body gets enough empty time. And if dinner ends too close to bedtime, your brain may be sleeping, but your gut may still be working. So the question is not only what you ate last night. It is whether your body ever got the signal that dinner was over. If this sounds familiar, you are not alone. You may be doing everything that looks right. A balanced dinner, no dessert, no junk food, maybe even a short walk after eating. By normal logic, you should wake up lighter, clearer, and more in control. But instead, you wake up bloated, sluggish, hungry, or confused by a fasting glucose number that feels unfair. That frustration is real because the meal looked healthy. But inside the body, one quiet variable may have been missing: time. The false belief is simple. If the dinner is healthy, the timing does not matter. But your body does not only read ingredients, it reads timing. It reads light, sleep, hormones, movement, and the space between your last bite and your first deep rest. The same healthy dinner may create a different internal environment at 6:30 p.m. than it does at 9:30 p.m. Not because the food became bad, but because the body you eat with at night is not the same body you eat with during the day. Picture this. It is 8:45 p.m. You eat a beautiful dinner. Salmon, vegetables, avocado, rice, or a clean plant-based meal. Nothing extreme, nothing processed, nothing that feels like a mistake. Then you wash the dishes, check your phone, take a shower, and get into bed at 10:30. Your mind says the day is over, but your digestive system may not agree. Your stomach still has work to do. Your small intestine still has work to do. Your pancreas, liver, and gut hormones are still receiving signals. You may be lying still, but dinner may still be moving.
Next up, the bread batch.
This is why timing matters. Your body runs on rhythm. During the day, it expects light, movement, food, and activity. At night, it begins shifting towards sleep, repair, and fasting. This does not mean eating at night is always harmful.
But it does mean your body may handle glucose differently when food arrives close to your biological night. Glucose tolerance can shift. Insulin response may change. Sleep hormones rise. And the gut may not receive a clear fasting signal. Late eating is not only a calorie question. It is a timing question.
Now we reach the hidden mechanism. Inside your gut, there is a fasting rhythm called the Migrating Motor Complex, or MMC. Think of it as a cleaning wave. Not digestion. It is what can happen after digestion gets a long enough pause. When the gut is empty, in a fasting or interdigestive state, the MMC sends organized waves through the digestive tract. Its job is to sweep residual food particles, secretions, debris, and in some explanations, bacteria that should not stay too long in the small intestine. That is why researchers often describe it as a kind of intestinal housekeeper. But when you eat again, the gut shifts out of this fasting pattern and back into fed state motility. Imagine a restaurant after closing time.
Nice work.
The cleaning crew walks in.
The place looks...
Then someone opens the door and brings in another table of customers.
Run!
The cleanup pauses.
Lighting, shut it down.
The kitchen has to start serving again.
Move the pots, hurry!
This is where a late, healthy dinner becomes important. The problem is not dinner. The problem is that dinner may keep the gut in fed state longer than you realize. And if that fed state overlaps with your first hours of sleep, the body receives mixed signals. Sleep says, power down. Food says, keep processing. The gut may not get enough empty time to return fully to its fasting cleanup rhythm. At the same time, nighttime glucose handling may differ from daytime glucose handling. This does not mean late dinner causes the dawn phenomenon. And it does not mean one meal ruins your metabolism. But it may shape the overnight conditions your body wakes up from. Especially when the pattern repeats night after night. So pause for a second. When was your last bite yesterday? Not when dinner started. Not when you planned to stop eating. Your last bite. Was it dinner at 8:30? A few almonds at 9:45? A spoon of yogurt because it felt healthy? A protein snack because you did not want to wake up hungry? To your gut, every bite is a signal. A signal that says, do not clean yet. Food is still coming. This is the quiet difference most people miss. Sleeping is not the same as fasting. You can be unconscious in bed while your gut is still in fed state mode.
Your body is not a collection of separate parts. It is a conversation. The gut speaks to the brain. The brain speaks to the clock. The clock influences sleep hormones. The pancreas listens for food signals. The liver helps maintain glucose while you sleep. And the gut's cleaning rhythm depends on whether the body is truly in a fasting state. When the timing works, the message is clear. Eat, digest, pause, clean, sleep, wake. But when dinner, snacks, screens, stress, and bedtime all collapse into the same window, the signal can become noisy. Sometimes, the result is a morning number that feels confusing. Not because the body is broken, but because the night before was louder than you thought.
So here is the better question. Do not only ask, was my dinner healthy? Did my body ever get the signal that dinner was over? Because the overnight fast does not begin when you fall asleep. It begins when the body is no longer being asked to process incoming food. That is the missing piece. A clean dinner can still be a late signal. A small snack can still restart the system. And a healthy routine can still crowd out the quiet window your gut was waiting for. Do not turn this into guilt. This is not about fearing food. It is not about becoming perfect. Your body is not asking you to punish it. It may simply be asking for space. A little more space between eating and sleeping. A little more consistency in the evening. A little more respect for the rhythms of digestion, cleanup, sleep, and glucose control. When you understand the rhythm, the goal changes. You stop fighting your body. You start cooperating with it. So what can you do? Start gently. Notice the time of your last bite. Try creating more space between dinner and sleep. Reduce late-night grazing when possible. If you track blood sugar, look at patterns across several days instead of judging one morning number. Ask what happened the night before. Dinner timing, sleep timing, stress, snacks, alcohol, late work, screen time. The pattern matters more than one reading. And if you have diabetes, prediabetes, hypoglycemia, or take medication that affects blood sugar, talk with a qualified healthcare professional before changing your meal timing or fasting routine. This is education, not a prescription. Your gut does not only need good food. Sometimes it needs an ending. A moment when the kitchen closes. The signals quiet down. The cleaning waves return. And the body can move from processing into repair. So if your morning blood sugar has felt confusing, remember this. The morning does not always begin at sunrise. Sometimes it begins with your last bite the night before. Your body is not betraying you with those morning numbers. It may be asking for a quieter night, a clearer signal, and a little more space between dinner and sleep. The science of your body is beautiful. Let's make it visible together.